Hey guys, welcome back to the big WWE save. We have the final SmackDown before everyone's favorite pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell. We have two big Hell in a Cell matches, Sting versus John Cena for the World Heavyweight Championship, and then we have the big Armagedon Hell in a Cell for the number one contenders for John Cena, currently John Cena's championship. And we start the show off, just to jump right in. Sting comes out. The crow makeup, everything, special entrance. He gets on the microphone, he calls out John Cena, Just, he wants to get in the ring, and he wants to have a fight. Not a match, he just wants to fight him. Mano a mano, one-on-one, not like a coward. But instead, Shawn Michaels comes out, and Shawn goes, "Look, Steve, we don't know each other too well. We have not interacted much at all, period. But when growing up in this business, you know what that means, kind of like how the business, evolved. We used to be at war, and I understand if you still hold that kind of in your heart, but you gotta understand, you've had a great career, a career that's gone on for such a long time, since the early 80s. Or not early 80s, I'm sorry. The early 90s. I know it didn't start in the early 90s, but, that's kind of like where he got big. You get what I'm saying. He goes, you've been around for so long, but I think you can agree with me when you say I don't think we've ever seen anyone like John Cena. This new John Cena, he cares about one thing. He wants to be at the top, and to be at the top to him, he has just zoned in on being the best professional wrestler by any means necessary. And if that means holding that belt, then damn, he's murdered people. He's straight up nearly murdered people for the spot of being America's number one wrestler, to being the ace of WWE, if you will. So I need a commitment from you, brother. I need to know that you can do this. I need to know that you have the ability to take down John Cena. I know you did it at WrestleMania, but that was a completely different man. This is not even a man. It's like a beast. He's and Brock Lesnar comes out. No, I'm just kidding. He goes, I need that commitment from you, brother. And Sting, he nods. He goes, Sean, I totally understand. I'm gonna get the job done, and I'm gonna beat John Cena. I beat him once, so I beat him again. New John Cena or not. And they shake hands, and can Sting beat John Cena? We'll have to find out this Sunday at Hell in a Cell. And next we have a kind of tag team match between Perfect Fortunes and Ryback. During the match, Perfect Fortunes pick up the win with the Dream Street to Zigzag combo, during which we had Colt Cabana distract Ryback, as well as Oz coming in and attack Sheamus. Obviously, various different kind of spots between everybody. Colt and Ryback are going in at it. Sheamus and Oz have a thing going on. Ted DiBiase and Dolph don't really have, they don't really have a lot of stake in the match, but, just a tag team match of itself. Sorry for the burp there. But then all of a sudden the Motor City Machines come out and they just beat the dog shit out of Ted and Dolph. They just beat them up. They're just attacking them. They're just, they hit them with the belts. They do every kind of move in the book that you could imagine they do. And they just, go to town on the poor guys. And once they've done enough work, they kind of dust off their hands and are nodding to themselves like, yep, we did it. And they walk out, and it looks like that kind of looking for a challenge. You got to admit that this must mean something. Like they want to fight Perfect Fortunes, but that means obviously that in doing so they have to kind of, I don't know what my words are. My mouth really hurts right now. It's very sore. I just went to the dentist, so if that bothers anybody, fuck you, I don't care. But yeah, obviously, Motor City Machines and First Fortunes are in a feud right now. That's what that means, in a feud. Although Dolph, how does this affect Dolph's chances in the Armageddon Hell in a Cell match? We do not currently know. And we have a decent little match in which Jack Swagger takes on Goldust, and Jack Swagger just fucking ankle locks to Goldust and taps him out in 8 minutes. Good effort by Goldust, but obviously wasn't enough. Jack Swagger got a 77, Goldust got a 77, and the match itself was a 77, so all things considered, pretty lit. And then in an 81 match, we have AJ Lee taking on Brie Bella. You know, some women's action. And AJ Lee does defeat Brie Bella with a Shining Wizard to kind of spice things up on that field. And Oz is off screen for this, but Sheamus basically is just enraged. He's running around. He's like, God damn it, I am Mr. Money in the Bank. For the love of God, I literally have a key to the kingdom, and I'm spending literally all my time just fucking around with, what's it called? Fucking around with just Oz and Kevin Nash. I have this Money in the Bank briefcase on the line. I have literally no time to do any of that. He's just pissed off. He's throwing shit. He probably bro kicks a fucking some like worker who just happens to be walking by, and poor guy just gets murdered on his way there. And yeah, so Sheamus is clearly upset about having to wrestle and deal with Oz. And going back to what we had earlier in the night, John Cena rushes up and we see a Sting walking down, and John Cena just beats the shit out of him. He has the old school gold chain, and he just starts whopping on Sting with it, cowardly, but, John Cena doesn't really care about, respect or any of that. Hustle, loyalty, respect, obviously out the window, especially the murdering Vince McMahon part. It just beats up Sting, and it goes to show that, it looks like this is the... Can Sting recover from this? Can Sting be 100%? The world may never know. And then to end off our show in our main event, Rey Mysterio and Zack Ryder take on the team of Drew McIntyre and Alberto Del Rio, which the heels get the win when Drew McIntyre defeated Zack Ryder with the snap underhook DDT. All four of these men will be in that Armageddon Hell in a Cell. So you kind of get a match that they don't want to go all out for this match, but at the same time they're trying their best to do as much damage to the opponent as they can. It's kind of a mix of not exhausting yourself, but exhausting your opponent. Because, any kind of advantage you get in that kind of situation for that match is something that you definitely want to do. And then after the match, of course, there's the... Dang, if I get ruined by these gimmicks again, I'm going to be upset. Great. So basically everybody rushes out after this. We have basically, Dolph rushes out, but all the members of the kind of the match, number of contest matches start fighting. Dolph and Alberto go at it. Rey and Alberto go at it. They have a long history. Just Ryder and Drew go at it for a bit because they have a lot of history. Drew probably gets a nice Claymore kick onto Rey Mysterio because fuck Rey Mysterio. Everyone just literally at one point just turns to the side, looks at Rey, and then they just start beating the crap out of Rey Mysterio. And then they just kind of beat up on each other as well. And this kind of drags on for a bit. You can tell something's going on. We still don't know that final person. And then all of a sudden, some music hits the ring. The embodiment of music walks out to the ring now. Some music hits the stage. It's familiar as all hell. We haven't heard it in a bit. And it looks like the man is back. And The Rock comes out. No shit's given. He just starts going after motherfuckers, and it's clear that he is the final participant. He probably gives out like rock bottoms to Drew. Probably gives one to Dolph for good measure. Probably people elbows Rey twice because again, fuck Rey Mysterio, he deserves it. And The Rock stands tall and he's like, "Oh yeah, baby, I'm the participant." So we have all 6 members of that match. We have The Rock, Drew McIntyre, Zack Ryder, Rey Mysterio, Alberto Del Rio, and Dolph Ziggler. One of them is going to earn a shot to face John Cena. They all have reasons to want it, and they all have the will to get it. And that's how we end the final SmackDown. 96A, I didn't think it would do that great, but, I did have a lot of segments to kind of even it out. The Rock is back. He was, possibly murdered. We did not know if he was actually killed at WrestleMania 29, but clearly not. He has come back. He doesn't give a shit, and he is going on, and he's just gonna whack the dog shit out of everybody, and it looks like he's earned himself that Hell in a Cell spot, so congratulations for Mr. Rock. We hope everything goes good, and I'll see you guys at Hell in a Cell.